Common Core has said essentially that we are now all teachers of writing across content areas. So that's not just English language arts teachers, but that's science teachers, math teachers, history teachers, etc. That causes a lot of concern, I think, for teachers who are not necessarily content area writing teachers. But I think we just need to change our perspective. Really what it means is that we all have to teach writing, but what's most important is that we all can teach writing. And so really what students need is experience with fluency. They need to be able to write a lot. They need practice. They need to be able to write to learn. And one of the best ways to do that is through short response writing. In short responses, students are given tasks that can take 5 minutes to 10 minutes, can be assigned as homework, and really are just moments for students to stop, to reflect on what instruction has been learned, and can get a little practice. And remember, as teachers of writing, we all can do it. And short response and the ability to give students time to write is really what we need to do. So what does that mean? And how does it look inside a classroom? One of the short responses you might want to try is called persona writing. Essentially, students assume a persona of someone. In a classroom, in a science classroom, a middle school classroom, it might look like this. Midway through a study of the parts of a cell, a teacher might ask students to write about a day in the life of a part of the cell. She might first say, all right, let's look at some examples. And this is where the teacher might have to write his or her own paragraph, which is okay, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, you just have to do it. Distribute those examples around with students and give students time to read the models. What do they see? What do they notice? What parts of the cell or the cell wall or whatever aspect of the cell are coming out? So the teacher will ask students what they notice, and they might record descriptions, they might record first-person narration, they might make comments on the length. And all while this is going on, the teacher is jotting these down, the responses on a chart, which later will become an anchor chart. Now, the beautiful part about mastering short response is that it lends itself to formative assessment. So if you step back and you ask kids again, what do they notice? They might say, oh, these are characteristics. Oh, this is formatting. Oh, this is grammar. Perfect rubric. So then you take those and you draw it up into a quick chart, or you have the students draw it up into a quick chart, and then you tell them that now it's their turn to become a persona. They will write a day in the life of whatever topic of study they are discussing at that moment. And a teacher might decide to have them start in class, or to continue for homework, or to even do it the next day. All of those are perfectly fine. What is most important is that students are defining the characteristics of whatever it is they've just learned, but they're also becoming whatever it is you're learning. You have to convince someone so well that you really know what you're talking about. And in that, too, reveals what the kids know and what they don't know. So we're going to fast forward. The next day, the kids come in with their personas. And what a teacher might do is to put students in groups. If they've all done different aspects of the study or the topic, you can group them by category. So you might have the cell wall, you might have plasma, you might have mitochondria, etc. So they're all going to share their personas. Using the rubric, the formative assessment that kids generated with the teacher's help the day before, students will grade the personas. So if it's a persona that meets expectations, it's going to meet all of those criteria. And if it's not, well, then that's cause for discussion. But what is really important is that students are doing the work, right? They've written this paragraph, or however long it is, and now they are self-reflecting and they're correcting. And all of this is really great because it's a short response that has gotten them to engage with the material, has gotten them to think about the material, and has also given the teacher a really great assessment in the moment about what they know and what they don't know. What is most important to remember about writing across the curriculum is that you don't have to start with long, in-depth lab reports, essays, or anything like that. What is most important, again, is that students get experience writing. And that can come in short bursts, that can come in longer, extended periods. But what is most important is the practice and the habit, where they are writing to learn, essentially. So the more time you can make in your curriculum to give them the time to practice, to reflect on what they're writing and learning, and to go back and revise, the more then that improves their success across all disciplines. And again, it's something that we all can do. And really what's most important is that you don't have to again, jump in and do these really complicated tasks. But if you just start small, student writing will improve.